Are you trying to sing really, really high, but it's not quite happening yet? Well, don't worry, I have some good news for you. Before I started taking lessons and before I started really singing, I actually couldn't sing high at all. Like, I didn't know that this thing called the head voice exists. So I had no idea how to go as high as literally everyone around me, and I got really, really frustrated. And in my very, very first voice lesson, my voice teacher told me about the head voice and explained to me how I can sing in my head voice, and my range grew by almost an entire octave within the first lesson. And my mind was blown, and I loved it. I loved singing in head voice ever since because it was just new to me, and it was all of a sudden accessible to me, and I could expand my range like crazy and could sing all those high notes, and I was just so happy. So I want to give you that same feeling that I had when I first took my very first voice lesson and help you grow your range and get to sing super duper duper high. Before we get to do the exercise, just a couple of things that are important to know, okay? So what is the head voice? Would be the first thing, right? Like the head voice is up here. Hello, right? If you like talk to a baby, oh my gosh, you are so cute. That will be your head voice up here. Or if you sing lullabies, twinkle, twinkle, little star, that's your head voice up here, right? So that is really important. That's the first step. You have to unlock your head voice, because if you just push your chest voice higher and higher and higher, well, first of all, that's not good for your voice. You'll hurt your voice. Maybe you felt tired before. It's not a good sign, okay? So don't push your chest voice higher and higher and higher because it'll hurt your voice, and eventually you'll crack. And it's very limited, right? If we want to go higher, then we have to sing in the head voice. So up here, that's your head voice. Try to imitate an owl to get into your head voice. So, woo, 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 woo. That is your head voice. Woo, woo, woo. That's your head voice. And that's all you have to do. All you got to do is just imitate an owl or pretend like you're talking to a baby or a pet. Oh my gosh, you are so cute. That's your head voice. And honestly, so far, I haven't had a single student who couldn't do this. So you can do this. Woo, woo, woo. That's all you got to do, and that's already your head voice. Okay, now singing in your head voice is going to be a little bit harder, most likely, but just to know that you have that head voice and you can already use it. It's not this mysterious thing, okay? So that is your head voice. Woo, 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 woo. So if this is new to you, try to explore a little bit before you move on to the exercise. Just go woo, 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 and see what you can already do. Can you go even higher, right? Just explore that and stay in that owl kind of sound, right? That ooh shape. Try to stay in that and don't go like, oh, because all of a sudden you'll start to go, ah, and you push your chest voice up, and that's not what we want to do, right? So just stay in that ooh, ooh, and really shape your lips. It's gonna help. The trick like to singing really high and not just kind of high, but go super duper duper high is, and there's actually a couple things that you have to remember. You have to keep your larynx, which is your voice box right here, you have to keep that low. Usually the higher we sing, the higher the larynx goes up in your throat. And that will make your throat feel and sound as well really tight. You're up here, although everything is tight. And it doesn't feel good and also doesn't sound good, okay? So, try to lower your larynx. You can do that by getting like a little bit of a derpy sound, right? Like a little bit dopey or derpy. It's just kind of, That keeps your larynx low, okay? Now, I'm not saying keep it as low as an opera singer would because, that's how they get the round sound, right? When the larynx is super duper low. Obviously, we don't want to sound like an opera singer, unless that's your goal, then that's not the video for you, okay? Because I'm not an opera singer. But if your goal is just to sing high like Ariana Grande or whatever, any singer who sings really high, then you want to keep your larynx low, but not as low, okay? Don't think about it too much. Just if you feel tight in your throat, do a couple of, kind of like a derpy kind of sound, right? To lower your larynx and then keep going. Open your mouth, okay? The higher you go, the more you're gonna have to drop your jaw. Don't just go, so much better. You gotta give your sound space and drop your jaw, okay? Really, really important. Next, use breath support. Please, okay? If you don't know what that means, I have plenty of videos about breath support, and I also have a free breathing boot camp. I'm gonna put the link in the description box below that you can check out. It consists of a bunch of exercises made out of pop songs. So check that out if you're not sure what breathing and breath support means, okay? It's all right here. You gotta use this down here to sing really, really high. And then another thing that you should be mindful of is try not to get louder the higher you go, okay? Because a lot of times when we go higher and higher and higher, we push and push and push more. Try to keep it at the same level as the lower notes, volume-wise. You're automatically going to be louder the higher you get. That's just what happens. The higher notes just are louder than the lower ones. Try to keep your volume down because otherwise you're pushing from here and not from down here, which is the breath support I was talking about that you should be using, okay? All right, let's get to the exercise so you can train. Let's go back to the woo, woo, that little owl sound. Woo, 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 okay? That's where you want to live. So the exercise goes like this. We're staying in that ooh sound. It's a skipping scale. Shape your lips, okay? But the higher you're gonna go, the more your mouth is gonna open, okay? But I'm gonna walk you through it and it'll all be fine. So, stay in that head voice, even down here, right? I can sing this in my chest voice, but we want to stay in the head voice here. All right, let's give it a try. And keep going. Good. You might have to open your mouth already a little bit more here. See how my mouth opens? Good. Use your core. Push your hand into your belly to engage your core for breath support. So I'm going to take a quick break right here to talk you through this, okay? Can you see how far open my mouth is? Not that doesn't feel good in my throat, okay? Just remember, if it doesn't feel good, you're doing something wrong and it's not going to sound as good as it could, okay? So drop your jaw, don't get louder, push from here, not from here, right? And drop your jaw, really important. I know it doesn't really sound like ooh anymore, but that's okay. We can practice that later, but for now it's just about unlocking those higher notes, right? Ooh, just a couple more. Use your core. Last one. Right? Really use that down here. Right? So as you can tell, we are working up towards that note. We're not starting up there. Another thing we're not doing is we're not holding the note, okay? We don't want to start with holding the note. We just want to touch, like kind of tap and turn around. Kind of like a touch and go, right? Play tag with the note. Just touch and turn back around, okay? You're not holding the note for now. We can always do that later, but right now, it's just getting to that note and turn back around, okay? So you might sound really breathy right now, and that is totally fine. Don't worry about it. It's your voice trying to figure out how can you sing these higher notes. And it's very possible also that you couldn't sing that high just yet. That is totally fine. Everyone's journey is different. Just keep working on this, okay? So now, to go down, because it's important that we turn back around too, because we're not always up there and our speaking voice isn't up there. So we want to come back to a normal, like a normal position for the voice, a normal feeling. So we have to come back down too. We don't want to end up there and then just go about our day. You always want to turn back around too. But to come back down, we're going to switch it up a little bit. I would like to sing it on the vowel E. So it's going to sound something like this. Can you see how I'm not going wide? I'm going down. I'm dropping my jaw. Right? That is, again, important to open your mouth this way, not smiling, right? You want to stay lifted here in your cheek, but you don't want to go wide, okay? So let's go back down on this E sound. And the E, what's good about the E is it keeps you in the front of your mouth. All right, so let's try this. Let's try this. Let's go back down. Keep going. Good, and remember, you don't have to be loud. Soft is fine. Use your breath support. Even here in the lower notes, we're still high, but lower than before. You should feel the vibrations in your hard palate, right behind your upper teeth. Last one. Okay, so that would be the exercise to unlock your head voice and some higher notes too. Okay, so if you're still struggling a little bit with getting into your head voice, try to stay on the ooh. That usually works best. If that's still not working, try different vowels, right? Experiment, try to see what works for you, because everyone is different and unique, right? So what might work for me might not work for you, right? So maybe the E is easier for you than the ooh. But usually the ooh just helps you be in that softer head voice space and not just like push your chest voice up, okay? So ooh. Okay, so just play around with that. You will feel the difference between head voice and chest voice, because it'll be so much easier to sing high than in your chest voice, okay? Because eventually you'll just crack out, right? So if you've ever cracked before, the after you're cracked, that's your head voice, okay? So you already know that's your head voice and you can already do it. Now it's just about controlling it a little bit more and go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. All right, so that's the exercise you can do. Just ooh, or an E, and that's it. So to finish this video, I'm just gonna play it one more time all the way through, so you can come back to this video and practice along with this video, and you don't have to watch the whole thing again. So let's just go through the entire exercise one more time without stopping. All right, let's do this on ooh. Higher you go, the more you're gonna have to open your mouth and use breath support. Try not to get louder the higher you go. And drop your jaw. Good, we're getting high. Just a couple more. Last one. Back down on E. Keep your larynx low, right? Do some derpy sounds to keep the larynx low. Don't go wide with your mouth, but rather rather drop your jaw. No smiling, but keep your cheeks lifted. Feel the vibrations in your hard palate behind your upper teeth. Good. Last one. There you go. That's it. Good job. That is it for me for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this where you can practice along right here with me to actually work on your voice as well as some more technical stuff to learn about your voice in a little bit more of a theoretical way, I guess. Okay? That's it for me for today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.